Hi friends. So I was in my second to last semester of college taking a philosophy of art class. Part of the requirements for the class is that you have to attend 2 live performances and write about them, but the professor pays for it, so he kind of just picks what you go to. The first trip we go on is to the symphony, and fortunately I'm writing my term paper on outsiders to the art world, so I can really lean into how much I don't understand it. Just analyze all the visual cues that tell me I don't belong here. The giant fancy pants chandelier on the ceiling, the way that our jeans and sneakers stand out against the suit jackets and strings of pearls on the other patrons. The way that we're not allowed to lean over to our friends and say like, hey, what's that thing? What's going on during this part? Because shh, the art is happening. But the second performance is a little more accessible. It's a play, The Diary of Anne Frank. But when the professor posts the date that he's buying tickets for, my cheeks prickle with anxiety. That's the same night that I have tickets to the Mountain Goats in the theater next door. I'm 21 at this point. I don't have the money to buy the tickets to go by myself on another night, and I need to do this for my grade. So I devise a plan. The night of the performance, we get to the theater and we pick up our tickets from Dr. Carter. I try to pick one that's a few rows back on an aisle. Inconspicuous. The play, it ends up, is preceded by a Q&A with the director and a few of the actors. I check the time on my phone. I don't even know what kinds of cues we're supposed to A without having seen the show. And the later it starts, the later it's gonna finish. So at this moment, I'm not super interested to hear you talk about the set design. The play starts just as the show is starting next door. I'm hoping I can gather enough information to write my assignment in the least amount of time as possible. So I'm thinking maybe I can do something comparing the actual history to the content of the play, or maybe I could bullshit something about set design. I'm also thinking about how incredibly disrespectful it is to leave halfway in the middle of a performance of The Diary of Anne Frank. But at intermission, I excuse myself to the bathroom, wait in there just long enough to lose any of my classmates, and then slip back down the staircase to the lobby, to the door, to the sidewalk, to the entrance to the Pabst Theater, to a spot on the floor underneath a giant sparkling chandelier, just as the opening act is finishing. But here my shoes match the sea of carefully curated to not look on purpose Chucks and Vans and Doc Martens. My dark blue sweatshirt fits within the acceptable range of muted hoodie colors. Here, I fit the unspoken rules. The Mountain Goats take the stage, and my fear about sneaking out of the play next door dissolve instantly into the first chords of a song called Up the Wolves. And halfway through the set, they play something I've never heard before. A song called You Were Cool. It's never been recorded on any of their albums, and the only way to hear it is live. And listening to it, I get a little teary for the high school version of me who needed to hear this. It's a feeling that lasts until the end of the show. I ended up writing my philosophy paper on the ephemerality of live performance. The one thing that you saw is the only time you'll see it exactly like that, because the lines and the set and the actors could be the same, but their mood could be different, their delivery could be different, the crowd is different. Something could go wrong or extremely perfectly right, but it'll never be performed exactly the same way again. So what you're getting is something rare and precious. And if you can manage, don't miss it. In the comments, tell me about your favorite show or play or even symphony, if you're about that you've ever seen live. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. You can find me anywhere on the internet at ItsRadishTime. If you want to support me with your coin, you can do so on Patreon, and I will see you next week. Bye!